Yo, what's up, everybody? Giancarlo here. Today I'm guest appearing on the Bad Beats CCG channel. We're going to talk about the regional that happened at this point. It was yesterday. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but it was the Carta Magica Webcam regional. I finished X2, bubbled out of top 16, ended up getting 23rd, so top 32. Pretty whack, pretty lame. But hey, that was on me. We're going to talk about King Piccolo. We're going to get into the deck here in a minute, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think King Piccolo is the best deck in the format. It might be crazy to say that, but um, after playtesting a lot, after my matches yesterday, I think King Piccolo is the best. And it's crazy to say that because it's like, yo, but what about like U7 Goku or Sin? Yeah, I kind of think King Piccolo beats both of those decks, and I also think King Piccolo beats Vegeta Trunks. And your hardest matchup, and I don't even think it's hard, is your Gogetas, your Super Saiyan God Trunkses, and your Gogetas, your black thwarting decks. Those decks have incredibly, especially Gogeta. Gogeta has an incredibly high ceiling, and you can end up on like 2 life on turn 2. But it kind of reminds me of playing against Vegex because it was like, well, Vegex had that high ceiling, and I was like, you could beat Vegex, you could beat Dark Broly, you know what I mean? And so it's like, Gogeta, it's inconsistent, and sometimes it can hit that ceiling, and then sometimes it can just mill nothing and skip a turn, so it's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's one of those things um, to where we're gonna have to see how popular Gogeta is in the meta. The SSG Trunks is a lot slower, and I don't find that matchup anywhere near as hard. So, and then Sin can be like, I mean, Sin can be hard. It's Sin is very good. I'd say Sin and King Piccolo are competing for first and second slot, and then I think U7 Goku kind of nuzzles into the third slot, and then fourth slot I would give it to Trunks, but that's not what we're here for, right? Let's get into the deck. Let me talk about my matchups real quick. I'm trying to think. Round one, I played Gogeta Xeno. That was pretty easy. So I will say every game I played was either extremely easy or I lost. So I went 6-2. All 6 games I had that I won were incredibly easy, and then obviously like that's obvious, right? But the games I um, lost were both like not easy. I guess I'll explain that better. So round one was Gogeta Xeno. That was pretty easy. He awakened himself on 2, and then I killed him when I had 3 energy. I just kind of did. Round two, great question. What was round two? I don't remember. But it was easy, so I won. It doesn't matter. I just don't remember. Round three was another easy matchup that I'm just forgetting for some reason, and I should have wrote it down, but it was another thing that I just beat. I don't remember. It just, again, like all the matches, like I think every single match I played finished in like 10, 15 minutes. Round four, I lost. This was Android 18 mil. And this is legitimately like King Piccolo's worst matchup, but it's not a real deck, if that makes sense. It's really only real in this best of one format. And I'm not trying to like insult the player or anything, but that it's a deck that just kind of capitalizes on getting lucky. It's like drawing Exodia. The guy really didn't even play well. Again, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. You can call me salty because I am, right? He really didn't even play well. He actually misplayed, but he got his baby hatch off of his life. So he was at 3 life. I swung. He had to sparking a D magic because he tapped out on accident. And then the top card of his life was baby hatch. So then he baby hatched, and then the following turn he did Rebirth of Justice into Frieza, and then he won because he milled me out. King Piccolo really doesn't have any counterplay to Frieza outside of my Vegito Unison. And if I had drawn Vegito Unison, I would have immediately won, but I didn't. So again, that deck's like not good. You're just kind of drawing Exodia. So yeah, I'm salty. Whatever you can say, you can make fun of me if you want. I did lose to 18 mil. The next 2 rounds were 2 U7s in a row. I think King Piccolo has a really good matchup against U7 Goku, the red one. Um, the biggest difference is just like their cards cost energy and mine don't. Like that's the biggest difference is where like we're both clearing, like the way I play the matchup is you just clear the board, clear the board, clear the board. They're gonna clear my board. So kill my shit, kill my shit, kill their shit, kill their shit. And then turn 4 comes down, and one of us is gonna drop a 4-drop. It's either gonna be my Vegito Unison or it's gonna be your Goku. The difference is that one Goku is probably not gonna be enough to kill me. So if you tap out and you play your one Goku, I'm just gonna kill you on the crackback because you're tapped out. So that just kind of prevents them from playing their 4-drop, and their little dudes are just much easier to deal with. I can deal with the Frieza. I can deal with the 17. They all have limit 1. So if I Yamcha your 17, it's not like you can play a second one. If I Yamcha your Frieza, it stays alive, but it's only a 4K dual attacker, and it's like 4K dual attacks, not really much. Testing the op is immediately contesting both Frieza attacks. Testing the op, if they don't have Frieza, blocks 17 and then or negates 17 and then blocks the leader or something like that. So I think U7 is not a bad matchup. When we incorporate the sideboard into it, I think that PIccolo even more so beats it. But obviously in Best of 1, we don't have sideboard. I played 2 U7 in a row, and neither of them were like that close. They weren't that difficult. One of the games I went first, so I cleared his board, and then turn 4 played Vegito Unison. And then it literally skips their turn. Yeah, they could, if they want to tap 3 for 17, tap 2 for a skillless, tap 4 for Frieza, they immediately lose. So most of the time they have to just pass with their energy up. You could tap 2 for a skillless, but like it's a 120k attacker plus leader, means nothing. And then you just kill them on the crackback. You know what I mean? And then the other one, I think I just killed him. He was like running low on resources, and I killed his Unison extremely early. So it was just kind of easy just to come in and like kill him. Then I played against Zamasu, the Wish leader, and this was the one I lost as well. This is a pretty frustrating loss because I think I could have played a little tighter. So I lost by 10k combo power, and so when a game is that close, more likely than not, it's because you could have played a little tighter. So I lost a little bit of 5k value here. I might have lost a little 5k value here. There's pretty specifically a Yamcha play I think I misplayed. He had a Zamasu indestructible. He had 2 Zamasu indestructibles, and I Yamcha'd them just to get them off the board, because if you neg an indestructible to 0, and I kind of wanted to do that because I didn't want him to get value off of them later. But then kind of thinking about it, I probably didn't need to do that, and the Yamcha would have served like a much greater purpose like the following turn. It would have gotten me much more value. So I kind of think that was my little mistake. I think I Yamcha'd at the wrong time, which snowballed into me losing like 2 turns later. It's crazy to think how one little play in Dragon Ball can end that way. But, I mean, he did see every one of, you know how Yellow has 4 secret rares. You know, you have your POSS, your Bergamo, you have your regular secret rare. He did see all of his secret rares. He saw 4 super combos, and I was like, damn, this is tight. This is close. It was a good game, really good game. I killed his 4-drop Aegis dude. He Bergamoed me. Like it was a great game. I mean, it was really fun to play. And then at the end of it, I lost by 10k, and I was like, sucks to suck. You know, again, play a little tighter, and that probably wouldn't have happened. So great game. I mean, it was fun to play. I would love to play that matchup more. I think King PIccolo should win that matchup. You know, like I said, we just play a little tighter. And then I played. Geez, let's see. That was round 6. What did I play round 7? I think I played a Majin Vegeta. That doesn't sound right, but maybe I did play it. Yeah, I think I played Majin Vegeta. That was easy. I mean, that deck sucks. I was kind of surprised he was X2 because that deck is garbage. And then finally, I played Blue Yellow Soul Striker. I honestly slaughtered him. Like I put him to 3 life on turn 3, and then I went first, right? So in my 3 energy, I put him to 1 life, not 3 life. I put him to 1 life, and then on turn 4, I just summoned Vegeta and cleared his last. I'm playing Vegeta Secret Rare, so I summoned Vegeta and cleared his last one. So that being said, let's get into the actual deck profile. Let me pause this and switch over. Those were all my matchups. I think King PIccolo won the event. I mean, I legitimately think King PIccolo could be the best deck in the format. Probably just play a little tighter, and I would have done a lot better. It was really like one game I could have played tighter, and I think I would have pretty easily been in the top 4, top 16. Alrighty, so here we are, obviously the leader. I'm probably not going to take too much time explaining what a lot of this stuff does because King PIccolo is a pretty old deck. So a lot of the things you should probably know. Yeah, King PIccolo, the leader, it's the leader, right? We have to play a leader. Here we are at the only 4 unisons in, there's 5 unisons in the main. Here's 4 of them. This is the most important one. This is the engine guy. This is broken. It's a great card. Still gets a ton of value. I think it pretty much came up in every single game where they activate a counter and you just kill a 15k. That effect is still incredibly, incredibly relevant. +1 draw, neg 2, clear the board, neg an additional 2, gain rejuvenate. I didn't rejuvenate, but I mean, you do something. It comes up. You know, you play 100 games, everything comes up. So King PIccolo, great. Yeah. We were playing 8 1-drops, 4 of this and 4 of this. This is in a best of one event. I kind of just wanted my deck to be as consistent as possible. So when you're hard mulling in King Piccolo, if you don't have your Unison, you throw everything back but a 1-drop. You always keep 1-drop, and then you throw everything back until you get your Unison. If you open up a Unison, then you usually just hard mull for Demon Clans or 1-drops. So I played 8. I wanted the deck to be as consistent as possible. I always wanted a turn 1 play, so I played 8 1-drops. And again, it was consistent. You know, Piano is extremely good. This is an additional draw on both players' turns. So you're playing the most ridiculous super combos in conjunction. You know, you're not even, you're like plus 2ing off of your leader ability when you have Piano. That's insane value. If they can't clear Piano, you just have insane value. And a lot of players were kind of misplaying because they were clearing some of my other battle cards instead of my Piano, and I was just like, well, that's wrong. You need to clear Piano because that's how I'm drawing so many cards during a game. And then 1-drops, this searches the top 5 for a Demon Clan, Namekian, or Unison. So again, you always want the Unison. This is never going to whiff. Your entire deck pretty much is searchable through this card, except for some of your, like your top end creatures, you know what I mean? And then our super combo spread is 3 Piccolos, 1 Whis. We are not playing Death Ball. Whis, okay, I'll get to the Death Ball logic in a little bit, but I've been on Whis since the beginning. I really love this card. It just snipes BMS beautifully. I didn't play against BMS, but like the problem with Death Ball is that it costs 1 energy. So Whis is a 0-mana Death Ball. I would never suggest playing more than 1 because he's really not good offensively. Let's say I go leader, attack, leader, activate battle, super combo, draw a card, arrival, not arrival, but activate battle, the Son Goku, right? You lose 0 value, you maintain the same hand size, and you get Goku without playing any value. So you really only want Whis defensively. Whis is also good at killing battle cards. Let's say they have a Sin Shinron, right? The 9-drop. I go swing leader into leader. They go block with Sin Shinron. I can go Whis, activate battle, 25 or 30 to your 20. That's 2 super combos that they have to use to get out of this, which is probably too much. They'll just let their Sin Shinron die, and then all your battle cards are going to come in and they're going to get their effects. So very strong card at 1. I would only ever play 1, and then 3. This is the only super combo you should play. You shouldn't play Raditz. Like this synergizes too heavily with your cards. Like it's searchable off your 1-drop. It has synergy with your leader. You can add it to if your opponent's trying to lock you out of super. Like if they're trying to keep you at like 5 life, you just tuck these away in your life, and then when you take damage, you just pick them up. Like you have perfect life knowledge, so it's very strong. You have to play a Namekian super combo in my opinion. Like there's no other option. For our Demon Clans, we're going with the full suite. Rest in peace, the other 3 copies of Drum. You know what I mean? You want the max amount of Demon Clans because you need to draw them now. Like you can only play 9. Piano is also a Demon Clan, but it doesn't combo into play off of life. So you want the maximum Demon Clans. That way you can always fuel symbol. You can always get the most value out of your Piccolo leader. So we want the max amount. And then of course, Drum should be at 2. Just give me 2, Bandai. We don't need 4. We just need 2. Here we have our other one of King Piccolo, a new ruler. It's limited to 1. If this was at 4, I really could only see myself playing 2. It's an incredibly strong card. It just it's very negligible. In a lot of games, you don't need it. And then in some games, it's a free win. I mean, it's a crazy strong card. And it's just I could see myself playing 2. I doubt I would play 3, to be honest. But it's at 1, so we're only playing 1. 2 of the first steps. So this card is odd, okay? It's extremely good in the mid game because so what it does is when you combo with it, you can combo with a Demon Clan from your life. So preferably like one of the ones that play themselves, right? So it immediately you combo with this, you combo with this. It deals a damage to you, which sounds bad, but it allows you to turn on your super combos. Remember, it's bad to attack Piccolo leader. So 9 times out of 10, they're attacking your Unison, okay? So you can easily be locked at like 5 and 6 life, which is why this card is important to put yourself at 4 so you can aggressively use your super combos to win the game. And then it also plays a battle card, right? And then you combo with it. It combos with 2. That immediately facilitates the Goku. Somewhere in here, boom, Goku. Now you have 2 in your combo area. You can immediately summon Goku. put the 5K on your leader. Let's say now my leaders are 30K. I combo one card and my leaders are 30K. That's really big value, really big aggressive value. His secondary effect is if he's in your drop area, you can warp him to give an Namekian card or Demon Clan card 5K. That includes your leader. That includes really preferably Tambourine. So you buff Tambourine. He's a 20K. He swings. He untaps. Now he's a 25K. So this card basically gets comboed with twice. Just great card. Now the reason I'm only playing 2 is because, like I said, he's really good in that mid game. He's not like he's not good if you open with him. Like, this is not a card you want to see turn 1. This is a card you want to see really, like, I would say turn 3 is the perfect turn for this guy. So like, I just don't foresee myself playing 3. It's also, again, it's searchable. It's searchable with a 4-drop, searchable with a 1-drop. If you don't need it, you tuck it away. That's the benefit of PIccolo. You're sculpting your hand every single turn. So, it's just really good. Only 2 4-drops. This card is just really difficult to play. Again, if you're doing your Goku math, so let's say turn 1, you play your 1-drop, you search. Turn 2, you play your Unison. Turn 3, you swing leader, activate battle. That's 1 combo piece. Combo with this, play Goku. Goku. Boom. Okay, so that's like a very common play that I find myself doing. So it becomes more and more difficult for me to want to evolve this card. This, however, is in fact your best turn 2 play. You go play this on 1. I don't have my Unison. Okay, well, I'm going to play this on 2, search my Unison, get a big ass body. This card is a priority target. They cannot let you keep this card because he buffs something by 20K. And even if it's not Tambourine, even if it's only Symbol, even if it's Piano becomes a 24K attacker. Your other 2 Demon Clans become a 35K attacker. And then your Tambourine becomes a 40K, essentially what is a dual attacker, right? 40K dual attacker, right? So, like, they cannot let you keep this card on the board simply because he is a 20K body that turns a 15K into a 35. No one's out comboing 35, bro. So, like, he just turns these into, like, meteor, like, basically a free damage every turn. So this card is nutty. But again, it becomes more and more difficult to play because I'm prioritizing. I'm choosing to prioritize Goku over this, so I can only really play 2. Then we're playing 3 Big Head. This is, I guess, the last Namekian we're going to go through. Then we're going to go through non-Namekians. Yeah, this card's great. If you have a 2-cost Unison, you play him in rest mode for 0, negate the attack, play him. He's a 20K double strike blocker. Like, what the fuck, bro? This card has so much damn text. He has unique, and you can only use 1 a turn. So the way that works, and this does come up sometimes, if I have my Unison, turn 2, let's say I Big Head, okay? Turn 3, I attack with Big Head. I have another Big Head in hand. I can actually still use its negate. It just goes into the drop area instead of playing itself on the field. So you can use these. If you have multiple in hand, you can use them. But, yeah, I mean, card's great, bro. It's a 0 mana 20K double strike blocker. So it lets you choose to play offensively or defensively. And it doesn't matter how many markers your Unison has. It can have 1 marker and you can still Big Head. So pretty great card. Here we have Vegeta. This card's wonky. So my teammate Armando, shout out Armando, he convinced me to play this card. It really didn't come up for me. He said he also played PIccolo, right? He said for him it came up much more, and that's just the nature of best of 1. So remember how I said Death Ball cost 1? Okay, the problem with Death Ball is that you can't combo with it. This guy is a free combo card, so I can combo with this if I want, and then for 1 mana, discard it and neg something 10K. So it's kind of like a second cost. So basically I'm playing 2 death balls. I killed 2 cards to kill BMS, but they both cost 0 instead of costing 1. So it's just free is kind of better, right? His second ability, for 1 energy, if I have 3 energy or if my opponent has 3 energy, you attack, you, auto, when you combo with this, it's auto 1 red. At the end of the battle, untap your leader and it gains +5. So this is a weirdo version of Champa, right? Because Champa cost 1, this cost 1. This gives it double strike and this gives it dual attack. So this is kind of like a bizarro version of Champa. Sometimes dual attack's better, sometimes double strike's better, blah, blah, blah. You know, it is what it is. This card, it was interesting. I think I only used it 1 time and it was good when I used it. I think it definitely seems to earn its place in the deck just because it has the ability to kill BMS, but I didn't see a single BMS yesterday. So that's the nature of best of 1 though, right? I don't think I need to explain Champa. We're just playing 1. Swing leader Champa, hey, good game, you know. Vegeta Resolve Renewed. This is one of the best counterplays in the game now. We're playing this over Omen of Awakening, over something like Denial of Hope. 1 mana. If I have 3 energy, it costs 1. It negates something that has 15k or less, and it goes to the drop area instead. So Floodgates now, they have 15k. Back in the day, Topo was the floodgate of the game. Like, Topo was it. You had to Omen of Awakening Topo. Now, no one's playing Topo. I don't think Topo is good anymore. I'm not playing Topo. I don't think Topo is good. Oceanus is very good. Mecha Freezer Robotic Riposte is good. Green has the Boo Topo. I don't remember what his name is, but he's a 10k, right? So Floodgates are 15k now. So this definitely hits it. This also hits the 17, U7 17. I did that like twice yesterday. They played 17, and then I Vegeta'd it. And it's like 1 mana trade. I get a free card. You don't get to draw or attack with your double striker. Very nice. It stops any 15k in the game. Very strong counter card right now. And then of course we have our free counter play, which is Yamcha. Still a great card. I mean, Yamcha's amazing. I don't know that I need to explain. You know, he's just so good. Like, Merciless Barrage has just been so good for so long. Triple Goku. I think this card is good at 3. I find myself charging it pretty often. And so it's just like, it's good on turn 3 and it clears the game. It's good on turn 4. It just ends the game. It's just very solid card. Sorry, I got a text. Let's go now into our Overwhelm Double Secret ID. I don't like fighting against Fate. It's not like it's a good card. I just didn't really want it. So we went with Secret ID. I mean, hey, this is still a great card. Just clear the board, get a 25k attack in. Pretty simple. 1 Vegito Unison. This is your panic button. Neg 2, your opponent can't play anything with skills. So you Secret ID, clear the board, play Vegito. Now they can't play anything with skills. Everything is played with skills nowadays, man. There's nothing that, like, you're not really hard casting anything except for other unisons. So a lot of times this just skips your opponent's turn. And then if you can defend this with a test in the ops or a blocker, you can just do it again the next turn. So very strong card. Damn, look at this boy. Shout out to my homie Jameer for hooking me up with the God Rare. This thing is beautiful. It's insane. I almost feel bad for playing with it because of how expensive it is. Yeah, I think Vegeta's a good secret rare for the deck. I think, don't get me wrong, Pan is still a good secret rare, and Armando ended up playing Pan, and it's not like he's wrong. I mean, it's just like, I think Vegeta is it's so important. Like, it is a triple striker, right? So that's nice. You'll probably never have your 25 sparking. You'll probably never have that. But it's activate main as well. You remove it from the game. Clear your opponent's entire board. He negs your opponent's leader 5. You clear their board. You kill their unison. You immediately reset the game and you put yourself in a position of value, right? All my stuff stays on the board. All my stuff is free. You just immediately hit the reset button, and then you deal damage to him as well. A lot of times I would just shotgun my opponent, put them to 1, summon Vegeta, the game's over. He has deflect. There's no real way to interact with him outside of like little wonky cards. Like yellow has some cards, black has some cards. There's not really that many ways to interact with this guy just to pop him off and his activate main to deal 1 damage. Really broken card. I think it is Pan is great. Pan's still a good unison. If you want to play Pan, you can play Pan, but 4 testings. Threw that card. 4 testings and 1 max power. I feel like max power is really good. It kills Sin Shenron. It kills, I don't know. It kills Kefla. It kills Baby Hatch. It's just a problem card removal. And then it is a negate that recurs itself to your hand. So big value card. Really good at killing Sin Shenron. That's the reason it's in there. And then 4 testing, I would think you want to play this card at 4. It ends up being the best negate in your deck. You can never lose to a Champa, you know what I'm saying? Because you always just can put yourself down to 1 life, and then your opponent is forced to deal all of the damage to you, not just double strike you. They have to deal 7 individual damage to you basically. So this also does an amazing job of protecting your unison, and then the block enables a combo step, which enables your leaders to activate battle. So I do think this is correct at 4. Playing 3, I was playing 3, and then when I added the 4th one, I was never upset. Like, you're never mad to see this card. This just means you can't lose the game. You know what I mean? Um, so that's King Piccolo. I mean, we've seen versions of King Piccolo throughout the past like 8 sets, or well, no, I'd say more like 6 sets. Is it 5 or 6 sets? We've seen a lot of King Piccolo, and we've seen a lot of King Piccolo on this channel too. So I mean, it felt pretty nice to just put this again, another King Piccolo profile on the channel. So that was me. That was my tournament experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just comment and I'll respond, or someone else will respond. But anyway, thank you for watching and have a good one.